Yeah, from the earliest days, I recall rigor, discipline, a moral fabric was inculcated and developed in our home. From a culture of classical music to piano lessons to piano practice to books. My dad was an avid reader, and on his shelves would be history books. That's where I gathered and was inspired in my first days into history. And so my dad had an open door policy. He had books all across his house, our house, especially in his office. And the standing invitation was, you can grab whatever book on my shelf and to peruse and to read it. I took that invitation multiple times in my childhood and started to read history books. And that inspired me, and it galvanized my interest into history. My parents sacrificed much by driving me sometimes 1 hour and a half to music lessons for 10 plus years, and that sort of sacrifice communicated to me that they were serious about my education. They were serious about culture, and not just about the culture of classical music, but the culture of discipline that daily, weekly practice provides. And the discipline involved in that shaped my character. It taught me perseverance. It taught me not to quit. It taught me to be faithful steward, be a faithful practicer of the things that He has given me. At the core of learning, reading, studying, and writing is Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, do it heartily, do it robustly, do it enthusiastically for the Lord and not for men. And that sort of DNA that Colossians 3 says is at the heart of any type of serious education. Here at Bethlehem College and Seminary, we believe in serious joy. And education is joyful. It's also serious and requires gravitas and concentration and focus. And in our day and age where education is so diminished, it's treated as frivolous at times. It's treated as not important. And yet, as Christians, we should approach education with a seriousness and a gravitas that results in writing to the glory of God, writing the best thesis statement, communicating the best arguments, reading primary texts meticulously and understanding what the author is communicating, and not being satisfied with just the mere surface level, but going deeply and plunging into the mind of the author of that text. Students can do that. They must do that for God's glory. They must read the Bible that way with meticulous care. They must read their primary text with meticulous care. They must express it and feel it and write it in ways that is true to the author's mind and intention. And so what I want to push my students and encourage my students to do is that very thing, to strive for excellence, to strive for the very best in their understanding of the text and communicate in a way that just demonstrates and expresses a high level of communication. That's what makes our education here really stellar and really unique. We consider everything, every sentence, every word, every thesis statement for the glory of God.